What's your storage here? Right now you've got 15 wheat for no readily explainable reason. Well, I mean, there's a very good reason for that. It's because you're growing wheat down the street, and this is where it goes. Good morning, everyone. Dave from the Wee Hours here, back with some more Rise of Industry, but you may find things a little different in Rise of Industry today. Things may look a little suspect to you, a little different, possibly not quite what you remember. Here's what happened. So, as I went to record this morning, Rise of Industry went into 1.0, into full release, and upon doing that, it seems to have somehow corrupted or simply will not load my past save. So my past save is in there, but when I do it, the game crashes. So it's an instant crash trying to load the past game. So I've done it all over again. I've put everything back the way it was. I started a new game with the same scenario, the berry pie bonanza. We're still going to do 100 berry pies in 20 years. And I had to go back and watch my own video to do this, but I put everything back basically the way we had it. So we've got the water siphon over here, we've got our wheat field, we've got our berry field, our warehouse, put the sand collector back up, just in slightly different positions because it's a procedurally generated map with each new game, so the town is a little different and the landscape is a little different and all the surrounding towns are a little different, and which is kind of good actually because now I can pronounce many of them, which I couldn't in the last one. I actually haven't even really looked around yet. Samson, okay. Schindler, fine, that's good, all well and good over here. Evendale, that's very easy to pronounce. And I've, as best as possible, set up the distribution essentially the same as it was. So the water is coming from the water pumps and the water siphon directly over to the farms. The sand is going to the warehouse. The warehouse is then distributing it to local areas. Obviously not quite the same. The money will be a little bit different because, well, I just did things faster. In setting it back up, I didn't have to commentate doing it, so I was able to set everything up basically immediately. So we're still in May. I'm still in the same month where we left it, but everything's been ticking along for a little bit longer than you may remember it. And I did the research the same too. So we finished researching flour. We've done that. We know how flour works. And like we left it, we are researching sugar. So a little bit different looking, but basically everything's back up and running, so let's continue with some Rise of Industry. Let's get the game going back on again. We're really kind of waiting to finish sugar, because when we finish sugar, we can kind of get some stuff done here. That should be, as I recall, the base ingredients that we need to do these berry pies. I just want to check that in the recipe book, and the UI has changed just a tiny little bit, so forgive me if in 1.0 I don't automatically know where things are. So farms, factories, I want the food factory, and I want berry pie. So berries, dough, which we're going to make with the wheat in the food factory, and sugar that we're working on right now. All of those three things will lead to berry pie, so we're definitely on the right track. I'm going to tick it over a little bit faster, just so we can kind of pound through sugar here. And the sand we are selling to other towns, just to kind of offset the cost of our research. We don't need sand anytime in the near future, or indeed at all, unless it's a really terrible berry pie, but we are spending a lot of money in research, and we need way more research to come before we're going to get to berry pie. So anything we can do to offset those expenses is a good thing. Speaking of which, I'm going to slow it down back here again. I actually haven't, in this new map, looked at what we have in town. So if I go to my town center and go to region, oh, we don't have a lot. Wow, we do not have a lot of resources in this town. This is very different from the last part of Rise of Industry. Only got wood, water, and sand. We have no coal, we have no gas, we have no oil. Ooh, okay, this might be a little bit tougher this time, because I was kind of counting on selling some natural resources to other towns. We don't got them. Well, good thing we don't need any of those for a start. What I think we could do immediately is we do have a bunch of trees over here, and a few over here, not too many in this direction. That hill is going to be a little bit fussy. We could set up a wood collector, a sawmill of sorts, I guess a lumber mill, and see if we can sell that to somebody like Pocono. Do you guys want wood? You do. Not a lot, but you'll take it. 146%. 2.69K for a unit of wood. That's good. I'll take that. The other thing that I should point out, I think I definitely want to do that wood collector, because except that belongs to somebody else. That's probably Pocono's trees. Never mind, Pocono. I'll come back to you in a sec. The other thing that I did that I wanted to point out in selling the sand is we go into our warehouse. We go to destinations. I'm sorry, not sand. I'm selling berries right now. Sorry, selling berries. Working on sand. I actually just set the sand collector up. Please excuse me. So we're selling berries right now because we don't need them right at the moment. We'll need them later, and we'll stop selling them to other towns. But we don't need them right now, so we may as well make a little extra money. So from the warehouse, I'm sending berries to Schindler. 257 tiles away, 2.05K per unit of berries. Now, every time a truck hits the road, we're spending money. So right down here, I have set this to, I'm going to turn it off so I can turn it back on. Hold product until transport capacity is full. So long story short, I'm going to turn that back on to make sure it's doing it. They're not sending a truck out until the truck is full. Otherwise, what would happen is 1 unit of berries would show up in the warehouse. The truck would then take that 1 unit of berries all the way to Schindler and then come back and do it all over again. I want the truck to be full. I want to be sending out as few trucks as possible because we're paying for that. So, without any good natural resources except wood, apparently, what can I guess we're selling wood. I guess that's, bad PDR. What is this? What's going on? A thing is happening. Due to bad advertising, bad PR, excuse me. Sales are going down. You're forced to lower the prices of your products. Water price down 25%. Not really going to affect me. I'm not selling water to anyone. That's totally fine. You can go away now. Go away at some point. Thank you. So let's, I guess, start selling some wood. Well, let's start generating some wood for a start. Sand, copper, gas, iron, lumberyard. There we go. Not too bad at 125K. Now, can I get this as close to these trees as possible, please? Yes, I can. Okay, now I need collectors just like I do for the water and for the sand. And I need to make sure I can get roads to all of them. And these are going to have a little area of effect. So let's get this as far away. Construction alert. I'll look at that in just a second. Thank you, game. Let's get these trees. This is as far as I can get it inside our own borders. How about one maybe up here to grab all those trees? And this one can come right down here. Okay, I'll get roads to you in just 1 sec. The thing went away. All right, never mind. Can't have been that important. If it's important, they'll call back. Let's get you going down to here. Okay, and where is the other one? Where's your road? There it is. I see it. And I didn't actually connect your road. There we go. That should be all the pathing issues dealt with. Now you are going to send that to the warehouse. I'm liking the positioning of this warehouse because it is super centrally located. Even if I put something up in here or over here, it's all going to end up in the warehouse. So I'm going to assume, will now take wood. Yes, you already know that you're going to be taking wood from lumberyard number 1. Where would we like to send that? Let's choose a destination and choose wood, first of all. So we'll send some wood to where? To, lots of places will take that. Let's send this as far away as possible because that generally means more money. We're going to send that out to Commodore, 211 tiles away. And again, wait until full. Wait until that truck is full. What I will likely do is peel off one of the berry distributions and make it a wood distribution because the wood is just for sale. We don't need to store wood for any reason. It ain't going into my pie. Okay, R&D alert sugar is done. Thank you very much. Just go ahead and pause it for 1 sec if you would, please, game. Now, I want to get my sugar right by everything else. That makes sense. So, sugar, that is, plantation? Plantation, thank you. I can get that here. And let's get some fields going here, here, and how about one right next to these ones right here? Good. Okay, that's all set. Now back to the water siphon. Do you have a spot left? Yes, you do. Fantastic. I would like you to bring water to the other farm, plantation number 2. Do that, and let's make sure you are actually growing sugarcane. Yes, you are set for sugarcane. Yes, so you are Growing sugar. Super. Okay, we have our 3 prime ingredients. If I turn the game back on, we have our 3 prime ingredients for the whole berry pie bonanza. I kind of think we might have to start thinking about either putting down the food factory, because I've had to think about this. Everything that we're going to make is going to go through a food factory, so we need to make dough, and then we need to make the pies, and all sorts of things need to happen. I'm wondering 2 things. 1, do we start doubling up on each farm? So the wheat, the berries, and the sugar, do we start doubling up on that? Because we got 100 pies to make. That's not a small amount of pies. Or do we double up on the food factories, or both? I'm not sure yet. I'm going to have a little think along those lines. I was just having a look at our town center, because again, this is a brand new town. I haven't really checked this out. I didn't realize it had a complete lack of any natural resources. And we've got a clothing store here, which I haven't seen before. So our town has a clothing store, and they demand, no surprise, clothing. Now, we're not going to make clothing anytime soon, or indeed probably at all, but what I do see they have is dye. And that's made from berries and water. If I unlocked the textile factory, and I'll have to figure out what it's going to take to do that, I could make dye out of what I already have, and the price on this is not nothing. I mean, it's not fantastic, but it is money, and if we're not doing anything else with the berries, and we're certainly not doing anything else with the water, that's something to think about. Let me figure out what it takes to unlock the textile thing, and we've got to get some new research going. Well, coincidentally, because we already have berries and water unlocked, that leads directly to dye. And I'm going to take a stab in the dark. I don't know this for a fact, but like the flour thing, when we unlocked flour, that unlocked the food factory. So I'm going to take a stab in the dark that if we unlock dye, that's going to unlock the textile factory. Now, this is going to set us back a ways if we do this. It's going to take 120 days and 400K to do it. Is this a wise move? What would be my other way to go in this? So if we go to produce, sugar, we could get down to dough now. And that will lead us towards our berry pies, but it's not like I'm going to be making dough anytime soon. We have to think about selling some sugar too. I'm pointing at flour, but I mean sugar. I kind of want to just mess with the dye thing just to see what happens, because we're already producing this. We already have the raw materials right here. It could be money we're making while we're researching other things, although it sets back our research on other things, so it's kind of counterproductive. But it's a very traditional wee hours way of doing things. Let's unlock dye. Why not? And in the meantime, I think we need another warehouse. Or, now that I've set the research, I can change it, but now that I've set the research, I could research 3 more destination slots in the warehouses, which is really probably my smartest move right now. Logistics. Get me to logistics, please. Basic distribution, excuse me. Plus 3 destination slots. Also 120 days and 400K. I'm gonna queue that up. Yes, I am. I can always change it later, but I'm going to queue that up. This may be a stupid way of playing Rise of Industry, but I just want to see what happens more than anything. And the sugar, how are you guys? I'm sure you haven't produced a drop of sugar yet. No, you haven't. And are you guys going to take it in this warehouse? Is that the plan? Eventually, yes. Okay, you are going to take that. What's your storage here? Right now, you've got 15 wheat for no readily explainable reason. Well, I mean, there's a very good reason for that. It's because you're growing wheat down the street, and this is where it goes. You are... Why don't we take off this berries? Actually, take off the local one. Take off our own town. Actually, let's sell wheat. If we're stocking it up, we may as well be selling it to, I don't know, anywhere that'll take it. Commercially, not a lot. Samson or Linganore. 6 of one, half dozen of the other, really. Send it to Samson and make sure you wait until full. Thank you. All right, well, that'll at least get rid of some excess inventory. We're not making any money on that wheat with it sitting in the warehouse. We may as well send it somewhere. So just checking out our sort of broad financial picture. We are We are bringing in an income. We are selling stuff. We've made $363,000. However, our total expenses are $1.45 million. Now, of course, a lot of that is in building. A lot of that is the things that we've built. But building upkeep, recurring expenses, this is the killer right here, is $166.77K on building upkeep and $143,000 on vehicle upkeep. Every time those trucks hit the road, we are paying for them. Almost $1 million in construction. That part I get. That part's totally fine. In fact, if we didn't build anything else, we'd almost, not quite, but we'd almost kind of even out. Well, at least we wouldn't be hemorrhaging money quite as fast. So I think it's probably not. You know, ain't no one tuning into the wee hours for competent gameplay. You guys know that. But I think the dye thing, if we can just keep selling dye, why not? We already have the raw materials. Then go to the warehouse expansion. In the meantime, oh, the sugarcane looks really nice. Oh, that's a really nice little asset animation, whatever you want to call it. I like that. I don't think I've ever grown sugar in Rise of Industry. That's a really good looking little thing. I like the sugarcane field. I kind of want another warehouse, because it's, I only got the 3 slots there. There's only so much I can do with 3 slots. I probably should have done the warehouse upgrade before I did the dye, and the dye is probably silly anyway, but I'm going with it. I'm rolling with this. This is how we're doing this. Well, I just went to check my warehouse, and then this popped up, a P&R marketing event. Upkeep for all buildings reduced by 34% for 18 months. Sweet! That's awesome. Now, what is... Somebody's selling something, and there's a bid for it, and then it went away. I don't know what that was. Are we buying other people's properties? I mean, maybe? Short answer, maybe? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question. If you know, please let me know in the comments. The comments on Rise of Industry are really awesome. You guys really are digging this game, and you're giving me some great advice. So if you know what that just meant, I get the reduced upkeep. I understand that part. I don't understand the bidding and the auction thing I just almost got into. Right, I came here for a reason. Warehouse, storage. You got some sugar on hand. And I got to figure... Sorry, one more time. What else are we selling here? Berries. Okay, berries, wood, and wheat. Ugh, I really need that warehouse upgrade. You know what? I think we do another warehouse. I'm going to need one anyway. 6.51 million left in the bank. I'm doing it. I'm putting up another warehouse. That way, when I do get the warehouse upgrade, at bare minimum, I'll be doubling my production, because they'll both have 6 slots at that point. So get me, a road down to there. Okay, now, hold on. Slow the game down a little bit. I would like... Where's the sugar? Sugar is over here. I would like you... yeah, exactly what I was going to have you do is actually now start taking that to Warehouse 2, please. So all the sugar is going to go over there. And can you... If I set Warehouse 2 to request the sugar, will they send the sugar from Warehouse 1? I don't know. Let's find out. Let's see if there's a whole bunch of sugar in there in the very near future. And the other little small thing that I'm just noticing here is this main road. It's not bumper to bumper by any stretch of the imagination, but there is a lot of traffic down here. Because everything's down here. It kind of makes sense. I wonder what would happen if I put in sort of a side road, kind of in this direction. So if I put something, say, don't really want to knock those trees down, but I'm going to. And what if we did a side road there, and maybe just a connecting road here for no reason that I can explain? I'm not an urban planner by any stretch of the imagination, so I wonder if that might help to alleviate traffic a little bit. That's my hope, anyway. How's the sugar situation going? Warehouse 2 sugar route. Cool. Do you have any? You got 4. Okay. Well, you know what? Start selling it. Start getting it out of here. Yeah, give me sugar going to... Who will take it? Commercially... Commodore will take it, and it's a really long way away. Send it to Commodore right now, and then while you're on your way, I kind of want to go find out where Commodore is and see what they're paying us for it. Well, Commodore is way over on the other side of the map here. It is very far away. So, no, Farmer's Market, sugar, you're giving us 11.6K per unit. Ooh, what would you pay a lot for in terms of food, Commodore? Not a lot. Food is not a high-priced item. How about other things? You don't even... Yeah, you're not paying much for sand. I'm not surprised. You have a beach right there. You can go get your own sand. Not a lot. Prices are not so great. I mean, they're not nothing. It's money, but not a heck of a lot. Okay, we'll just have to kind of make do with what we got here. I just wanted to check if the water siphon is within range of the new warehouse. So just for argument's sake, I know you're going to Plantation 1 now. Are you within range of the warehouse? Yes, you are. So 2 warehouses are within range. So no, don't do that. You're fine. Just keep doing what you're doing. We researched dye, and that's just going to immediately go to the Who's What's at the warehouse upgrade. So warehouse number 2, I would like you to request water. So my goal is that some water will start making it over here to warehouse 2. I don't know if that's going to work because the water siphon has 3 destinations already set for each farm / plantation. I don't know if they're going to send water to warehouse 2. We will find out if there starts being water in warehouse 2. However, now we have a factory we can put up. So where does this live? The textile factory. Only $450,000 for that. Actually, that sounds very reasonable for a factory. Very reasonable. But let's, I kind of want this out of the way. It's probably going to be a little polluty, I imagine. It's got smokestacks on it, and that generally means pollution. But I also want to leave room for, well, I'm not sure what for. More fields. Basically, more fields. We'll definitely double up on all 3 farms / plantations. Okay, textile factory numero 1. Cool. Plantation number 2, you're doing berries. No, sorry, you're doing sugar. Excuse me. Wrong plantation. You, berry field. Yes, you guys. Give me plantation number 1. You're making berries. I would like you to send those berries no longer... Oh... Okay, I'm going to have to cancel. Do I have a berry route going on over here? Storage, yes. Cancel that. You don't do berries anymore. Well, you don't sell berries anymore because now we're going to send them somewhere. So berry field, you are not going to send it there. I need you to send it somewhere else. And I would like you to send that to the factory, the textile factory. Thank you. And I think we just need another water siphon. We're going to need way more water anyway. I could plunk one down over here. It's just sensible. It's just sensible if I do that. So you're going to start getting berries, and I'm going to set up another water siphon for you, because we're going to need it. It's not like we're not going to need this at some point. Okay, water siphon set up and probably producing water at some point. Take you off of auto. I would like you to send that to the factory, please. Thank you. Right, so water is going to the factory, and berries are going to the factory. I would like you to start making dye, please. Now, you are receiving nothing yet, obviously. You haven't received anything yet, but you're gonna. So you've got water coming, you got berries coming. Start cranking out some dyes, and then you'll, I would assume, automatically send it to that warehouse, which is just fine. And where this warehouse is not selling berries anymore, it may as well start selling some sugar. May as well get that cranking along because they've still got some in stock. Apparently I did not set it up properly for that warehouse to send it over to that warehouse. That's fine. Just sell off what you've got and we'll figure it out from there. So who wants to buy it? Sure, Schindler. Absolutely. Have some sugar. Hopefully you have coffee over there. They can go together, so I'm told. Oh, and the dreaded ghost truck has appeared. The Flying Dutchman of the trucking world, I can only assume. Not sure what's going on there. Probably a little glitchiness or bugginess. But the phantom truck is on the road very, very slowly. All these other trucks are just peeling along. Not so much with the phantom truck there. And yes, the textile factory now has berries and water in stock. Have you made any yet? Have you sent any over here yet? Nope, not a drop of it. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Now, out of here, can I mean, I can. You're going to send it to Warehouse 2. That's great. Why don't we just sell it? Why don't we just sell some dye to somebody? So, Commercial 1, okay, the Tenasket clothing store. Great, that's exactly where we wanted to sell it. Apparently, those are the only people who want to buy it, but that's fine. That may change as demands in different towns increase, and ooh, that pollution is already ticking up, isn't it? Yeah, it's a little gray and misty around the old textile factory, probably pumping the waste product right into the water too. Well, we can alleviate that a little bit with some terraforming. We can plant some trees, which will take time to grow, but they will reduce a little bit of the population, and then if it becomes really bad, we'll look at some other solutions down the road. And that is probably an excellent place to leave Rise of Industry until the next one, where we'll continue with our berry pie bonanza. We're not making a lick of pie yet, but we've got dye. So we've got that working in our favor, and we've got all the basic ingredients. Next time, I think what you and I will do is get down to the food factory. Get to the food factory, probably start doubling up on farms and plantations, and we'll be well on our way. At that point, we'll have unlocked the new slots in the warehouse, and we'll just have a better distribution and storage system in place. That's my hope anyway, but we'll figure it out in the next Rise of Industry. Hey, if you enjoyed the video, do please leave a like down below. It does cheer me up no end when people do that. And if you're new to the channel, maybe just checking it out for the first time, feel free to hit that subscribe button. See more of this ridiculous nonsense. Until then, I'm Dave. Thank you, as always, for joining me in the wee hours, and we'll see you next time. Anyone want to get the head out of the hot tub? Did you want to maybe pull this head out of the hot tub? That's not sanitary, guys. That is not okay. That's a health code violation in the mansion.